Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Effects pick up where we left off last week. Ridge insists to Carter that there's a place for him at Forrester Creations if he rips up the paperwork and, basically, dumps Hope. Ridge says he's giving Carter an inconceivable occasion, one he's not certain the susurrus deserves. "I want you then," says Ridge, adding that everyone at the company sees that Carter has lost his way. He needs to stop defending Hope and her line. "What do you say?" asks Ridge. "Understood," responds Carter, but not accepted. Carter says Ridge is turning Hope into a goat, but he's wrong. "This was me, willingly. It was me, your stylish friend." Indeed, as Ridge continues trying to jut the blame on Hope, Carter takes full responsibility for the achievement. Taking another approach, Ridge suggests that Carter is foolish to suppose Hope loves him. "All of a unforeseen, she's in love with you. She's known you a long time, but now you're the only man for her?" Ridge suggests Hope is using him, which Carter obviously balks at. Ridge asks if Carter is going to throw down everything, including his career and their fellowship, because of Hope. "You're throwing it all down, your whole life, for her? You've lost your mind." "So I've lost my mind, because I stood up for what's right," muses Carter. But Ridge counters that there's nothing right about betraying one's stylish friend. Ridge makes Hope out to be a designing temptress who wormed her way into Carter's head and got him to carry an achievement. "You know right from wrong." "Hope does not," says Theco CEO. Carter is terribly surprised, saying that whenever commodity goes awry, Ridge and Steffi find a way to condemn a Logan. Not surprising, though that's learned jest. "From your mama." "Oh, snap." Carter says the Logans earn better, only to have his former BFF run down how numerous of the Logans play major places in the company, including Brooke. "Bravo," applauds Carter. "You gave her some phony superintendent platoon position. That's veritably generous of you. She should be CEO, not Steffi." He points out that when Brooke was in charge, she made substantiation-grounded opinions, calling Steffi and Ridge's cancellation of Hope's line petty. Ridge smirks. "You just clapped your hands at me," he says, beaming spitefully. "You suppose you can run this company better than me, don't you? Actually, I'd like to see you try. But that's not going to be. Because this little preemption attempt has failed, miserably. And now, family? It's time to pay the price." At the cabin, Hope is understandably furious that her mama, upon wiretapping on her and Carter, went running to Ridge. "You had no problem taking power back all those times agone," says Hope, "because you knew what you were doing was right for the company." Hope adds that for times, she heard all about how cruel Stephanie was to Brooke. "Now, Steffi is doing the same thing to me," the youngish woman says, suggesting that Carter put them in the position to take the company in a new direction. Now, he risks losing it all. Brooke points out that Hope and Carter knew the pitfalls. "But we hadn't done anything yet," reminds Hope, adding that unlike Carter, she had nothing to lose, what with formerly having been fired. "Carter just wanted a chance to show Steffi and Ridge what he could do," says Hope. "What you and Carter did was just a misreading," says Brooke. "It was purposeful. It was calculated. It was vicious." Hope insists that's not true. "This was an easy decision for us to make," she continues, saying they generally play by the rules, but felt wronged so numerous times by Forrester. Sure, Carter is susurrus, but Ridge and Steffi contend upon eyeless fidelity. "No," says Brooke, "they anticipate him to do his job. Sure, he can pitch ideas, but at the end of the day, he's not the bone. Who makes final opinions?" Hope tries making her mama see that Carter isn't just acting on her behalf, but on behalf of all the killers at Forrester Creations. No matter what Ridge says, Carter won't stop fighting. Brooke admits that what Hope has done really bothers her. "That you would indeed do commodity like this, especially now, honey, now that the verity is out," restatement with everyone now apprehensive of Hope's involvement with Carter. Steffi might realize that she really did fall on top of Finn as opposed to untried temptation. but now, Ridge and Steffi are no way going to trust you. Hope says, basically, big hoot, pointing out that the LLC paperwork could make Ridge and Steffi inapplicable. Brooke shoots that down, saying that Justin will no doubt be suitable to shoot down the bogus paperwork. As the occasion draws to a close, Hope says that Carter is a vitally important part of Forrester Creations. I'm going to go out on a branch, counters Brooke, and say after moment, he was a vitally important part. And at that veritably moment, Ridge is asking if, when Carter came to work that morning, he saw the sign on the structure. It's been there a long time. It says Forrester Creations on it. As in Eric Forrester. Ridge Forrester. Steffi Forrester. This is our heritage. We're going to leave this for our kiddies, for our grandkids. Did you, anywhere on that sign, see your name or Hope's name? No, you know why? Because this little thing that you're trying to do right then? The only thing it did was make me angry, and suppose I no way should have trusted you in the first place. Who do you suppose you are? He goes on about Hope sitting at her kitchen table conniving at achievement, and there's Carter, big, strong, full of integrity. Correct hand, right? Only you're not. You're just a lovesick puppy dog who's spooked of waking up alone. You're just some Joe, and I allowed you to betray me on so numerous different situations. Carter doesn't back down, saying he did what he'd to do to cover the woman he loves, asking Ridge, what are you going to do about it? Ridge suggests Carter hang on an alternate, also says, there it is. I just did it. I moved on from my susurrus, my attorney, and my stylish friend. You're fired, Carter. You're not welcome then presently. Get out of my office. Get out of my structure. Get out of my life. Deacon Sharp will shake effects up at Il Giardino Effects to get racy, thanks to Deacon's unanticipated addition, so let's talk about what all this could mean. Of course, observers know Cleric lately hired Remy Price to work at the eatery. Since we formerly watched Deacon give Remy a job on a trial base, would it really be good of being in forthcoming spoiler? The show can get a little repetitious with the word they release occasionally, but this may actually be pertaining to commodity differently. Although it's possible Deacon's edition will just be Remy, what if this is talking about a menu edition rather? Cleric is always experimenting with Il Giardino's immolations to make the eatery the stylish it can be. Since pizza is Deacon's specialty, he might offer up a new flavor, maybe a racy one since the spoiler for December 4th hints at that. Still, also it's presumably going to lead to intimidating news, if B&B does take the time to hype up a hot new pizza selection. It may turn into a situation like Tom Starr's Ice Blue sports drink and how it was eventually cured to protest off a murder riddle. Il Giardino just might be cursed if yet another victim follows Tom and Paul Hollister, who were both killed by Luna Nozawa. What if Remy tries to poison Will Spencer with a special pizza or commodity along those lines? Will would obviously survive, but he could still end up relatively ill and potentially land in the sanitarium. It's easy to imagine Remy intimately poisoning Will and also assuring Elector Forrester while Will fights for his life. Il Giardino could face another reproach and force Cleric to deal with further police drama, so stick with us for updates on whether B&B might head in this direction. There's bound to be further Il Giardino trouble now that Remy's on staff, so we'll pass along further prognostications on any sneaky moves to come.